All right. I'm going to pick up back where I left off, which was figuring out my key poses for this animation that I'm working on. Oh, my screen is frozen. Let's see if we can figure out why that is. Huh, that's weird. Got my animation playing on the screen, but it's not showing up on OBS. Okay, there we go. Not sure what happened there. I just went through and changed a bunch of settings and reset everything. And it works now. It's kind of dumb. Favorite show is on. Hell yeah. Well, I know that I need to get back into figuring out what's going on here with these few frames, because I don't like how it looks. I'm sort of going to work my way there, though, by looking at what I've done so far to see if there are any other changes I want to make, just as like a warm-up, I guess. And one thing I'm noticing here is that I really like the upper body contrast between here and here. But the lower body contrast, nothing's happening. So let me I'm just gonna get rid of this leg. bring it down. Just like that. And maybe I'll bring this one up a little bit. This one is sort of going this direction. Well, the knee is sort of going away from the camera like that. But I don't like that final pose. Looks like she's about to poop. So maybe I'll put it back to how it was. Yeah. It's the transition from here to here. Because once we get here, that's fine. The rest of that. So my options are figure out what to do here or change what comes next. I either fix this or I say no, this is where I want to go, and I get rid of the rest of that and do something else. And I don't love this pose, so I think this is what I want to get rid of. I don't think there's anything on this pose that I want to keep, so I'm just going to go up and clear the whole thing. That's always fun. Usually I'm selecting a piece of a drawing and erasing it. It's fun when you can just say nope to a whole drawing. Okay, so it's just feeling very disjointed. Okay, here's an idea. What I could have her do, because we've established that we have this portal, or this like magic thing, whatever it is, her spell that she's casting, and she's sort of reaching into the spell and pulling out the weapons. So what I should do is just show the weapons. Seems very obvious. So she sort of goes. I don't need onion skins, I'm gonna turn them back off. Okay, so she sort of goes up to grab them. And I just want boom. And we'll just have look. I'm trying to decide how I want to lay out these weapons. Let's see. We could go. So she's got like this sickle thing, and she's got this dagger that's like pretty triangular in shape. It's not like, you know, it's not like this sort of thing. At least not in the, you know, she's got different aspects. But this is the base one, if I remember correctly. So I just need to make sure that these look like two distinct items, and not like one thing to the viewer. So there's this shot where this is from the trailer, so clearly she's like holding them up separately from each other, like one in each hand, obviously. It's harder to make them look different when they're being held with one hand, as I'm gonna make them. Come on, go back to the other screen. Go away. There we go. I guess what I could do is do just like one inline work and then one I think this is the solution for now. Do one inline work and then one either blocked in or cross-hatched. Yeah, I think that's convincing enough. I think once I'm looking at it in motion, I might have a different opinion. And I'm doing this circle and then drawing the shape around it because it does seem like in the design of the weapon that it's much more like you would think a sickle would be just kind of like that, but the ones in Hades, I think probably because of the allusions to the moon and all that, they're much rounder. So I'm just making them like that. Alright, and then we're going to throw the dagger on top. And for now, we'll just cross-hatch it in. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. Again, once we move, we'll see how convincing it is. So she pulls him out, and then once we get here, now we need to establish like a handoff. So instead of the arms like that, it's gonna be something like this. And which, okay, she ends up with the sickle in the left hand. Welcome back. So much has happened. So much plot has happened while you were gone. There's new lore. That's a lie. Okay, now I have given myself these frame constraints and then not just completely ignore them. So let me try actually being good at this. And doing what I'm supposed to do. Like this. The one and the other, and then boom. Okay, let's okay, so now finally I'm gonna start worrying about timing, which is just how far after one frame is the next frame gonna go in time, and that'll tell me whether I have built something that is convincing. And for now, I'm just gonna fudge it and see what happens. Okay. So that first, let me just pick things apart as I find them. This pause is way too long. So I need to take all these. Right now I've got it like a whole second of pause there. Actually, do I want that? because I could have like some sort of charge up thing happen. No, I don't think I want that. Let's put it down to like half a second of pause. And let's see. Okay, but I do want more pause here. I want this to have impact. So I'm actually just gonna copy this frame entirely. I'm just renaming stuff because it gets annoying if I don't. Okay, so now 3 and 3A should be the same, and I'm just gonna sort of remind myself that this is what I'm looking for. I'm just gonna sort of and at some point I'll look at the game and figure out what the symbols are here. Or I won't, I don't know. So we can have like some sort of impact here. Because I do want it to feel like a I see a problem that I'm about to run into. Let me just show it off. The impact, what's going to happen is the impact from here to here is not going to feel real because I've already extended the body as far as I want it. So yep, just like that. From here to here, or from here to here, that feels good. But from here to here, feels like nothing. Yeah. So what I need to do is change either this pose or this pose so that you can feel like the spell happening. So I could either extend this current pose farther or pull back on this pose. I think what I'm going to do actually is have like a recoil effect. So have her like get blown back a little bit. Of course I need to have the legs affected too, but for now I'm just going to kind of cheat and just sort of do that. Just rotating them a little bit so that it kind of, I'll fix it later. That's just more of like a remember to make the legs look good. let's have the hair sort of. We have the hair in the previous frame doing that. And then, yeah, okay. So we go from bald in this frame to getting sort of the force of pushing forward, and the spell is like pushing her, blowing her hair back, but then as her body is forced back a little bit, the hair will come back forward. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. Then we've got the daggers presented not quite center of the frame, and then into the ready stance. Okay, that's something. Let me save before I forget and lose everything. And then let's go back to looking at space or timing. Well, that was fun. Okay, so obviously some work needs to be done in here. Again, I'm just sort of fudging it right now. We got a lot of poses in a row that look too samey. This one, I think this is the culprit. This one right here. This is one of those moments where I'm trying to think through my options, and if I talk out loud about my options, it'll just mess up what I'm trying to think through. So instead, I'm just staring blankly. Top tier content. What I could do right now, between these three frames, 1, 2, 3, my motion is like back this way, and then like a little bit back forward, and then way over this way. Back, back, forward a little bit, way over here. So I think what I need to do instead is, instead of doing this, I need to go like actually have the action follow a nice swoop like this. And the way to do that is just to erase a lot of this. For now, again, I'm going to cheat again. And just rotate back over. And just have the arm sort of continue this motion. Boom, boom. And we'll have the weapons in hand here. We've sort of pulled them out here, bringing them around and then forward. And I think to heighten that contrast a little more, this pose needs to be different. I think we need to no, the weight is wrong. Let's see. Never be afraid to erase your drawings if they're bad. Also, if they're good and just not right for the situation. Not that that drawing was good. They're all sloppy right now. The thing that I need to do here is make sure that the weight shift makes sense. So we're going here, boom. Like I want a hip over here. That's probably a little too far, but I'm just gonna, as I make this less of a mess, ugh, that's too much of a mess. As I make it less of a mess, I'll tighten it up. So it's better to over exaggerate now and then pull it back later. So we've got, let me try drawing a circle again. There we go. That's a little bit better. We've got the sickle and then the daggers. And that's not how legs work. Neither is that, but that's a little better. No, that's still not quite right. Maybe the hip is there, but then this leg should be. Oh no, the music went away. Come back, music. There we go. Okay, do I like this? That is the question. I know that I want to hold this pose for a second, so let me just pull that back while I'm thinking about it. I got distracted looking at something else that I had a problem with. Let me watch it again. No, we need the whole thing. We need more contrast between here and here. This whole... What? Why would you do that? Why would you move the background instead of the drawing that I'm working on? That doesn't make any sense. What? Hello? I think this pose can now be reined in a little bit. Maybe let's just delete it. Come on. Well, now I think I want to now move this over a little bit. Do I like that? Maybe even a little more. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go back to timing. Okay, I'm just gonna make a note here. I still don't like this pose. I think I need to, I think this is gonna be the start of when I leave behind these drawings and start actually drawing the character. I think I'm going to start with this pose, try to nail it, because I want this to be held so I'll start here and then work outwards, forwards and backwards in time. But there's still some timing things that I want to fix before then, so I think this now needs to move in a little bit. The spell cast isn't having the impact that I want it to have. Why is that? Okay, I think I just don't have enough might just will that do it? No. I think there's still just not enough contrast here. Okay, let me leave. Okay, more contrast between 2 and 3. And fix this pose. I think that I am not going to do either of those tonight. So I think I'm going to stop there. Thank you for joining me. This has been another stream where very little happened. Have a good night.